I walk in the house real quick.
Go ahead and get started. Mr. Williams, would you like to do our opening prayer?
Sure. Father, we thank you for this time together, just make decisions for students and the best needs for students. Father, we just pray that you give us wisdom and guidance, and you just help direct our words and our decisions based on what's best needs to meet the needs of North Fork School District. In your precious name, amen.
Amen. Item number 2, calling the meeting to order at 5:01. Item number 2 is to consider previous month's board minutes. Everybody's been provided a copy of those. Anybody has any objections or anything that they note that might need to be changed or anything? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I didn't notice anything specific.
I didn't see anything. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the previous month's board minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Consider financial report and bills. Total operating fund balance as of right now, $916,000 and change. Anybody have any questions?
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded that we accept the financial report and bills. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Communication to the board from Mr. Lane. Number 1 on the list, gym AC update.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, we're not any further along than what we were last time. But we are just waiting to, the next thing for us to be able to do, again, will be to consider bids. And but those packets have not went out yet. And those will go out those can go out before we meet, and I'll just zip you all a text or something so you'll know the clock's ticking on that. For people to get those in, we can kind of know when that board meeting will take place, or whether it be in December or January or wherever it ends up being. But I think since last time, I think they had already came because we met late last month. But I had told Joe that the engineers have been back, I think, last month.
Mhm.
And so I know we're in the queue, but again, we're just needing to get all those plans together, get them approved by the, and it may be held up right now in the department as far as the approval from, because like we talked about last time, even though we're not doing anything through partnership funding or anything else, the state facilities division still has to approve everything before we can take bids. So, and that may be where it's held up, but I'll keep you updated on that. The fax renovation is complete. I know some of you are in and out of the building some for ball games. If you get a chance, go in there, take a look. The stuff that she got, or we got, as far as just utensils and pots and pan, it's overkill really, but it's a good thing. We've already talked to the cafeteria about coming over. She's in process of separating some stuff out because there's multiples of things. I'm talking, it's all, some of y'all seen some of it. It's all commercial grade stuff as far as for the dishwasher, stuff to run dishes through dishwashers. There was several of those blue. So, and also, I didn't have this on here, but it just come across my desk today. Candace got a grant for a new convection oven that's going to cost around $24,000, and we ordered that today. I'll throw that in there on that. So, and I think that we'll be able to use some of this too. And he had told us that that's what a lot of people did. That schools that got this grant ended up being able to, give the cafeteria some new stuff to use too. And it won't be light. It's some nice, really nice stuff. There was 3-4 crates. But we helped unload and put into the building after they left it that one day. But
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, and just a lot of stuff. But if you get a chance to go by there and look, all we got left to do, I say it's complete, but the sink, I think.
I think you got to do the sink and the disposal to the sink.
Yeah, so the sink part, but as far as electrical and everything else, where it's placed, the working tables and stuff, they got to come back. There was some stuff, a couple of dents and some damages on some things. They're going to come back. A drawer that got damaged moved, and they're going to come back. But it's set if you get a chance to go by there and look at it. But it's finished except for that. Chad, you're here again tonight. We're still
Done.
Okay, we're done. So it's all on us now to finish up what we did on the or what we need to do on the concession. And like I told you last time, we're to the fixture part of everything and just finish work. So it's functional. We just got to go in there and finish everything and get toilets and sinks and all that good stuff in there. So we're excited about that, and we're on top of that. They got the cleaning part done on our buildings. I don't know if you've been around the campus at all. I don't think they were here today. I didn't see anybody do anything today. They had started in the back the other day, just making sure the paint looked right before we left. And then I noticed where they had painted some up here, and they painted some of the black on the back side of the cafeteria and back there. But I guess, I don't know if they got pulled off or just the weather or Thanksgiving themselves or whatever, but they're started. And I don't know when you pulled up, if you looked up here on this side today, they had this section not complete on the back of the elementary, but that's pretty much, I thought it looked good. But you're not going to be
they will tell a lot about it until it's all done, and then all the red that's supposed to be replaced gets replaced, and the doors too. But they're started, so I would say in another week or two, it'll look a lot different around here. And I'm going to go ahead. We met today, myself and principals and Miss Jones, and I'm going to turn it over to them at this point. Let them talk to you for a little bit.
I didn't have anything. You ever did a DJ? Not back today. Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'll try to update you quickly on some of the things we've got going on. As usual, really busy. Right now, we're in the middle of our middle of the year testing updates. So we're waiting to see that data after we finish our IXL updates and our MAPS testing. So that's going on right now. Our active floor units have come in, and right before we got out, I was setting those up and got those calibrated, so they're ready to go. And hopefully our next board meeting.
Yeah, we're planning on December the 18th and we looked at the calendar today. We're hoping that we'll just have our meeting in the gym or the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And we can walk down to but she's talking about y'all looking at the new mobile units, not the one that was on the news,
Right.
list, but the other ones that came in, but
Yeah.
we can look at that other one.
Kind of show you how those work, and it's been trying to set up and find times to set up training on those as well as the loose. Some other exciting training that I've been able to do with our upper elementary and our high school teachers. We start this week. We're going to be doing some reading comprehension training that's connected to the Apple Connections that we started in the summer. The Apple Connections part is foundational skills that we're using K2. I mean, everyone went through this so that they will know how it works, but now we're adding that next piece, which is reading comprehension. So those teachers will be in training all day this Wednesday and Thursday, and then next Tuesday and Wednesday, they're going to be in training for the reading comp piece. So really trying to plug some holes in our reading programs and do y'all know that you're just 3 and up? Sorry. We've also adopted a new program. This just came in play over the past couple of weeks, but we have put into place a new program called Courseware. It's through a company called Edmentum, and it is a virtual learning platform basically that our plan is to be able to use it for credit recovery. Some of our students that are coming in and they're behind. Maybe they're coming in, from another district or haven't been in school in a while. We're also hoping to use this for students that are really advanced. We have a student recently that has come to our attention, really advanced, but we have to have a way to monitor to make sure that we can document where they are, whether it's below grade level or above grade level, in order to move them on. And so it has a piece to this that will administer an assessment to them, and it will let us know where they are grade level wise in these different courses. And then if they can pass certain pre-test, it will let us know, they've mastered basically the concepts at this grade level, and we can move them on, or we can start them right where they need to be started. So this was a project that Mr. Williams and I worked on and looked into, and the more we looked into this program and learned about this program, we really see a lot of things hopefully that we could do with it in the future. Use it for summer school, especially for our 7th and 8th graders. In the past, if they failed, they basically just had to repeat the next year. We think this will give us some options to put them through more of a summer school type program, and that way they don't have to be set back a whole year. Hopefully we can get them caught up or give them an option. We see it being able to be used for gifted and honors classes. So we're hoping that this piece will help us address our students, especially our dropout rate. When we have students that are giving up and just wanting to quit on us, that we have one more option to maybe utilize to help them. So really trying to address some of those issues that have come out in that report card, and being big reading, and then of course our graduation rates and our test rates. This also has a piece for test prep. We already have students that have come to me asking to be put into the test prep program so that they can increase their ACT scores. So
That's what I was going to ask. They tied in with anything else that we were actually.
Yeah, ACT, SAT, it does It'll even help those that want to do, oh, I just lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
The no, that's all right. The test platform that they use to place them in a college course, AccuPlacer. It will help with AccuPlacer. And we're looking in to see if it's even got a piece that we could use for possible GED preparation.
Sweet.
So, trying to keep them at home instead of sending them out. So, lots of other things going on, but I won't overkill.
Just talk brief, or just real briefly about what we talked about, and I can't remember what y'all called it today, either about the discipline referral stuff that we're working on.
Oh, smart data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just touch on that. I mean, you don't have to go into the, but I thought that was something that,
You know I love details, so telling me to keep it short is hard. Smart Data is a program
well,
that's...
you detail it as much as you want.
Smart Data Dashboard is a program that is nationwide now, but Arkansas was kind of a pilot program. So the state has paid for this program for Arkansas Public School Districts to use. And it is a way to gather information, basically, that help us keep a watchful eye on students that could be at risk. So it helps us keep up with attendance and with discipline and things like that. So we met recently with one of the trainers. He came and worked with us. One of the things it can do is help us kind of unify our discipline program and communication between the teachers and the principals, so that we can see all of the discipline that's been tried with a particular student. So whether it's just been in the classroom, if Johnny's gotten in trouble and Ms. Reed's had to pull him out of class, talk to him, conference with him, and then go back in, she can document that. If she's had to change his seat, she can document that. If she's called home, sent a note home, and we're still having issues, and now she sends that student up to Ms. Bradbury, Ms. Bradbury can now see everything that's been tried, and not, oh, I'm seeing him for the first time. Well, you need to apologize and go back, and the teacher's frustrated letting anything happen. But it's going to help us kind of track that behavior and discipline a lot better. So we, matter of fact, just sent these in right before I came. We have come up, they told us to modify and come up with forms that we wanted to use for each building. And so we've done that, and the next step will be to train our teachers how to use the program. And then we will be able to have that at our fingertips, and she can see, the principals can see that, you can see that just by pulling up a student. So everything's based off eSchool. So if it's in any school, we can pull it into that data dashboard.
Yeah, you can also look at attendance on there as well, like at-risk students.
It'll pull up, it'll flag you, it'll send you emails, it'll,
So I'm assuming we have to input attendance into that daily or weekly?
No,
or-
it pulls from what we use already.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it pulls from eSchool Nightly. It pulls in updates from eSchool Nightly. It'll pull test scores in, so our state test scores, will also go in. Grades. As
Yeah,
they're
but somebody
put
still
into
has to
eSchool.
enter that at some point in time.
Well,
That's
the
what we
teachers,
enter
yeah.
every day. anyway.
Automatically.
Right, yeah. So when we
Alright,
do
gotcha.
It's kind of a
eSchool,
one-stop shop where we
Gotcha.
can look at everything at one place instead of going 100 different places or
to
so.
look for it. So,
and do you have those final attendance that we talked, the rewards, Mr. Williams?
I'm looking for that right now, I knew that was fixing to come up. And I forgot to print it earlier. But we posted that to the Facebook page and congratulated our kids. Give me just a second, let me find the last post that I made, and I can give you those numbers. Maybe.
We finally got everybody their cards,
Yeah,
and we're set up to buy in bulk, So we're ready, talked about that today.
Elementary get theirs already? We gave them out.
you're not there.
We gave them out before we went on Thanksgiving break.
Okay, I better check somebody's backpack then.
Did you get the reminder about it? Oh, yeah.
So Bradbury, do you have a way to see if it's been cashed yet or not?
We had an interesting story on one of those today. I'll let Mr. Williams share that if he wants.
Yeah, I can. I had a kid that come in.
Some things you don't think of, but
I had a kid that came in and said, my card's not working, and we did have a few that legitimately, I guess because you order them in bulk, they just, and you had to go to what's customer service, and they had to pull the numbers. And
This is a good one, though.
And so some of it was pretty well, I mean, it was accurate, you know, they had to go up there and get approval. They actually had to type the number in, it wouldn't just scan, but the money was on it. Well, today I had a kid come in and said, my card don't work. I was like, okay, well, this is what you gotta do. Nope, try that. I said, give me your card. I said, no, I'll figure it out what it is, and I said, I'll get back with you. So I brought it up here, I put it in, check it, no card, PIN number didn't match. And I was like, well, that's just a defective card. So I brought it up here, and Angie got on the corporate account, called, and they said, no, so this card's been used, refilled, and used again. It was bottled such and such date. Wasn't even one of our cards. All right, so I found this real quick. Shout out to our K-12 students. We had 57 students. Now this is K-12. We had 57 students who missed 2 days, 83 students who missed 1 day, and a total of 164 students who had perfect attendance, meaning they missed in the high school. Now I think the elementary is a little different on how y'all do that one. You have to kind of speed a little bit more, but the high school is 164 is school business only. They've had no days. Now, I will tell you that half a day, those numbers kind of changed because I think some of our kids just went ahead and said, forget the gift card for $30. They just didn't come on that Thursday that we took off that half day. I've not pulled those numbers in directly, but just that particular day, walking the halls and looking, we had some kids that probably would have got another $30 gift card, but they just chose not to come on that half day. So that's also something that kind of gives us that look at in the future, you know, how we want to go about that. But overall, that's kind of where we ended the first 9 weeks. We thought that was pretty good, especially the 164 that missed no time at all. You know, that's impressive. I don't think any of us fully expected that many would do that. But I'm glad they are. I had one kid, and I'm just going to use this to say this, and then I'll hush. But we had one kid. I was telling Mr. Lane, and I don't know if I told you all or not. I may have. But his mom had scheduled him a haircut at 3:15 or whatever, and he walked into the office and said, "Does this count against my time?" And I said, "Yeah, this counts against your time. You won't be eligible for the iPad." And I said, "You won't be eligible for $30." And he turned to his mom and said, "I'm not going. I'm going back to class." Later, said, "You're going to have to reschedule that." His mom just kind of, she's like, "Oh my God." Rolled her eyes and went on. But
Home haircuts, here we go.
it's definitely, it's an attention getter. Our kids are taking attention to it. I've got a bunch of them that they're doing their best. They're determined to get to that iPad. Jit may be buying 200 iPads at the end of the year. I mean, you know, we don't know. So, anyway, but that's kind of where our numbers were at. You know, on that.
I know we don't have any numbers to compare this to because it's our first year of it, but you would say it's a complete
Positive.
success? I mean,
Oh, I would
It's a
say,
way
I
positive.
don't have to even provide numbers to compare what our attendance was.
yeah.
Because the attendance issues where last 2 years that we've called and chased kids down and tried to find kids and called parents, and I hate to say that the parents would be like, they just didn't want to come today, so we're not making them come. And the things that Michael and I, we just hadn't had to deal with that this year. Even a lot of the truancy, just cutting classes and trying to go hide somewhere else, or, you know, it's even taking that. I mean, we're not dealing with a whole lot of that at all. So that's been a blessing just for the two of us in that aspect. We're not chasing kids around the halls all the time.
Well, I've noticed this year, if I accidentally mark a kid absent,
Oh, they're
they will come to me and say, "Hey, you marked me absent, I need you to fix it." Yeah,
They're paying attention.
yeah, because I did that one day, and, yeah, I got told.
Fixed.
Yeah, they're telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm questioned daily.
Mhm.
Good.
I am a doctor in my
I don't
hand.
expect it to hold that course for all year. I mean, the new will wear off, and we'll probably see a fall off, and hopefully it'll be slight, you know, but I do expect to see a little bit of a fall off. But as far as the engagement portion, I mean, that on our overall, see, I didn't realize that. Other people probably did until you explained that last time we talked about it, as the engagement portion
It
on
being
our
on their
overall
mind.
grade.
It being on their
But I
mind.
mean, with the attendance affects that. And I never really realized that under the engagement portion of that. So hopefully we'll make some improvement there
We're
too.
trying to check a lot of those boxes, and some we were already working on and didn't even realize that they were problem areas until that report card came out. But, I mean, we knew there were issues, but hopefully we're trying to.
Yeah, for years, it just fell under the semester test. I mean, that was the only incentive for her, so.
Right. So,
All right, thank you guys. Moving on to item number 5 is personnel, is to consider recommendation for a shooting sports track coach.
Yes, I want to recommend to you that we hire, that he will get a contract with the Shooter Sports stipend on it. He helped Tony at the end last year. He's been through all the training through the state, through Game and Fish, and that's Tom Middleton. And he will take that over. He's going to do a good job. He's very excited about it. We've been in communication since Tony left about once or twice a month, and he just got everything he needed to certify and all that. So that's been a good program for us.
Yeah, I know Tom. I've known Tom for years.
Shannon's been around
We've
the
been
program.
involved.
And I've helped,
Quite a bit, eh?
yeah, and I've helped Tony and
Yeah, so
Tom too in the last,
recommend to you that we let Tom pick that up.
really a good guy. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to hire Tom Middleton as our shooting sports coach. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 6, anything else before we adjourn?
I do have one more thing I want to go ahead and handle tonight. Tex Brook is something that we had talked about back a while ago. And that way, if there's any discussion about it, we can get it out on the table now or whatever. But sure, if you haven't heard, you're going to hear about, the big eclipse in April. April 8th, there's supposed to be a jillion people in our area.
1.3 million.
So, long
I'm in the
story short,
meetings.
schools, there's been schools meeting about it in our area and everything. What we want to do is take off on April the 8th and go to school on April the 12th. Still be a 4-day week, but go ahead and cancel school for April the 8th, where we don't have to run buses around. Everybody can do what they want to do for that day, be responsible for themselves with 1.3 million people in our county, and around, because just check, I think all of our places are booked here in town, so with people coming from out of town to stay in all the resorts, so evidently this is I need to get more excited about it, I guess, but.
Give that or set up some RV parking out in the
Yeah,
baseball field.
yeah, we might need to find a way to make money on this. But, and I think there's probably already some thinking about that, but, anyway, want to make the change to the calendar now, they can get it out, it'll be just plenty of time in advance, but that way, if you're asked or whatever, you can say, hey, we've already took care of it. But would like to just make that addendum to the calendar, I guess you would say, where we don't go to school on the 8th, but we go on the 12th of that week, April 8th to cancel and April 12th to come. I recommend to you that we make that change.
Make that motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we make a minor change to our calendar where we would basically be out of school the day of the eclipse, which is a Monday, April 8th,
Right.
and we would go to school that same week, Friday,
Friday.
April 12th.
Yes.
So no days will be missed. Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
And like I said, we will go ahead and, I know we got off the schedule a little bit, but December 18th, didn't see any ball games on the 18th, and we're going to shoot to, I'll get that out to y'all, and we'll put it out to where it's going to be. We hope to meet in the cafeteria that night with some cool stuff for you to see, so I don't have anything else.
All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn the Norfolk School Board meeting until December 18th in the cafeteria. All in favor say aye.